We've all had bad days. But we learn. And we stick together. I need you to sit this one out, Powder.
But families stick together, you said it yourself.
I know what I said.
I want to fight, I can help.
You're not ready.
How we doing, everybody?
You have to work for me, okay?
Started a little bit early, the intro's a little bit longer. I will see you all in a minute. Lots to talk about. Thank you for being so patient with this one. And there's more to come because Julia's story just gets more complicated as time goes on. But we'll get to that.
I'm searching to behold the stories that I told when my back is to the world that was smiling when I turned.
All right, so we're going to talk a little bit tonight about what's been going on inside the prison, the hypocrisy of the double standards of the government. We're going to have a little bit of a dip into genealogy and what's to come on that. And one of our incredible assistants to Julia is going to take me through what's been going on with family courts and all kinds of deniability and hypocrisies. And I'm here for it. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in a minute.
Light it up, and I'll find you. I promise. Powder? Why? Oh, Powder! Savika wasn't lying? You're with an enforcer?
Your sister is Jinx.
Hell yeah, justice for Julia. Let's get that spammed. Justice for Julia in the side chats. Ron's almost there.
Everyone shut up! I need to think.
Can you hear that?
All right. Let's get crack-a-lackin'. So we are, of course, gathered here today to talk about the crazy criminal that is Julia Vandelt. Okay, the dangerous woman who is locked up in prison. Give me a second to just... It's this one. Nice. Give me 1 second. Testing. All right. Okay, so, Julia, what's the updates, Ron? What's been happening? So, we're going to start with the stuff that is definitely not going to get anybody into trouble, that is easy for me to... Now, listen. Actually, before we go any further, Ron is under a lot of stress right now, okay? So, I'm doing my best, okay? There's a lot of Julia stuff that smarter people than me need to type stuff out for me, because I can't... I just need you all to understand Ron is... It's a stressful time for Ron right now. So he's doing his best. All right. Now, that's the wrong thing. That's the wrong thing, mate. Just, what have we done? There we go. So, let's start with the easy stuff. And since Julia went into prison, she has complained to me, complained to various other people who are on the call list about toothache, about needing to see a dentist, okay? And At no point has she been given access to this. Now, she has seen people come into the prison, complain of the same thing, and be given the services within 3, 4, 5 days, whatever. And there's several services that Julia has asked for, all around medication, pain relief, tooth extractions, all of this. Now, you might say to yourself, we're off to a slow start here, Ron. I get it. But we're building. Okay, Ron is cooking. Now worse than toothache, right? Now, breaking someone down. We're gonna first of all, the mindset that we're going to be in tonight is this whole discussion is about the concept of a legal system allegedly trying to wear someone down. Now, you can draw your own conclusion to the end result of wearing them down. But that's what we're going to focus on this evening, because denial of services, keeping someone in pain, especially when they're in a concrete box, right, is cruel, all right? Now, lesser serious things. You remember when Julia first went in and I was telling you all about how she was hitting the gym, she was doing everything she could to earn extra money, she was doing so well at the fitness stuff that the person that was in charge of the gym stuff wanted to get her on some sort of prison training thing, right? And then they hit her with, oh, in order to do that, you've got to pass a maths test. What? So that was denied. That straight to jail. Denied. Then she got into creative writing, and that was going well. And then that was taken away. And then she got into art, and that was going well, and that got taken away. So, yeah, I'd love to do that too. You know, I'd love to do that too. Would love to get her out of jail, even if listen. Why is she still in jail? Forget about the whole thing. Forget about... Thank you, Missy, by the way. This is for you.
And his name is John C.
Now, forget about the whole case. Just ask me this. If a woman who is guilty of a consistent form of contact without being told through that form of contact to stop the contact, over the same narrative, who she is, her DNA, and then she approaches somebody in the street outside their house and asks them for that, some of you will be like, bit sketchy, fair dues. That's about as far as it goes though, right? Bit sketchy. Okay? Why is she still in prison? Why is there so many oddities in this case? And the stuff I can't tell you about just... it mounts every day. It's a lot. So, denial of services, we've had all of that. We've had this systematic attempt to break down Julia. Now, time will do that. You know, what we on now? 6 months. So, 6 months... and this girl is still as badass as she was when she went in. There is 0% bent or breaking has happened. 0. And I'll tell you this right now. No, I can't. Can't tell you this right now. I can tell you something else right now. What's the next stage? If you can't break somebody with time, Julia has had nothing but really positive stories to tell me. It's a very different situation to the Sean Atwood prison experience, I'm not going to lie. She's had some really positive stories to tell about the people she's met, how they've interacted with her. Even some of the staff are like, you know, involved in wanting to know the truth and the story and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now, last week, 3 new girls came into the prison and were bullying Julia. For the first time, they just beelined straight for her and started bullying her, belittling her. Julia had a huge panic attack, went back to her cell, and she's she's prone to heavy nosebleeds when she gets stressful. She like had a proper like 8-year-old gusher, right? You see a toddler and they're getting their first big nosebleed and they're just like that. Then she fainted, right? And it left me with this, like, I always say when people say the glass is half empty, right? That's not how I see it. I see a perfectly half-filled glass. Okay? To call it what it is, you know? But that really got me worried. It really got me worried that if there is something to worry about, that it felt like this could be the initial amping up of that narrative. Now, what's the one thing Julia has been requesting? And I just need to see if I'm dumb here. What is the one thing Julia has been asking for? It comes in the form of a test, okay? She's renowned for it. Side chat, tell me. Tell me what it is. Come on, son. Right, Missy. So, there's a group of people on the outside that are basically like the frickin' Avengers, all right, for Julia. And when you whittle through all of the, you know, iceberg mentality keyboard warriors, you're left with an array of badasses that have gone balls to the wall in their special fields. And let me just get my assistant can be primed now. Hang on. Okay, so I need to make a phone call just so I know I get this right. Okay, so give me 1 second. I'm going to leave you with the music and I will be back. I just need to check my facts. All right, thank you for waiting, everyone. So, on the outside, a group of individuals have basically cleverly figured, I mean, to me, it's the very definition of a David and Goliath tactic, okay? They thought to themselves, well, what is actually needed to get the family courts, right? The family courts, right? To step in for an individual who is wanting to know paternity. And it turns out that, you know, if you've had some DNA test done and it's come back with a whopping 67 point whatever it was, there's genealogies, there's a whole bunch of Julia Vandelt frickin' slides and evidence. It kind of added up to what legally would warrant a DNA test. Now, wouldn't it be frickin' crazy, right, if this all got put through and a certain family were forced into doing that through the family courts because of human rights, because of whatever you want to call it, right? And it was quite a massive moment when the group was telling me about it, and it was like mad, because it all ties in with this genealogy, which we're going to do a special episode on because it's massive. And the way that it's been explained to me is, imagine the last 2,000 years of your family history and there being like clusters of relations that tie you to other families and da-da-da. That is what is attempting to be getting worked on now because of the already public information that Julia released with regards to her genealogy when she done it years ago. It's following up and adding on to that because there are some improbabilities that could exist in this case. Undeniabilities. But Ron, what happened, let me tell you. The family courts received the request for all of this, and without consulting any of the legal team, without asking Julia, anything like that, they basically said, Julia has no interest in a DNA. Julia has no interest in a DNA in this case, in this family court application. I think that's what it's called. It makes no sense. Like, I'm looking at this right here. So I'm going to put this on the screen for you. And again, I apologize. I'm very stressed, very tired. So here's your receipts. Now, for them to be like, nah, because apparently Julia never asked for it herself. Okay, so then facilitate that happening. I don't think it's going to be difficult for them to figure out where she is, right? Like, so we're now dealing with a situation where you could interpret this as shady. You could interpret this as we could facilitate the easy transition of this application by facilitating an answer directly from the person in question. You would think that... Oh, sorry, mate. I hope that's better. It is a bit blurry. So I hope that is okay. Does that not sound a bit iffy, right? Because I want to remind you that this case is just littered with iffiness, fishiness and iffiness. And the more it piles up and the more that we're just to look the other way, questions arise. And these people are so clever. This group of people. Big shout out to, you know who you all are. You're just incredible. And one second. Okay, so just so people understand, here's some communications with Julia's lawyer all about this. So the legal team, you could say, some people might say, were aware of this. Tell me a way that any of this makes sense when we don't add conspiracy. Tell me any way this makes sense, please. I'll listen. Because this goes way beyond some little rascal causing problems from the internet. If Julia had been one of these people that spent like 2 years camped outside certain people's houses, right? Or was like crazy in contact, like spam calling 24/7, all of that, I could understand the assumption that she could go further than what she did. She's displayed self-control for somebody who has had a past that is so traumatic and mentally splitting. Then you add on the medication. Then you add on everything else. It is just... It's very overkill. Do you know what's overkill? She's in the High Court, baby. The High Court. The High Court. Okay? Louise. Do you think if your neighbor was to unalive somebody in front of the whole street, they definitely did it, right? That they should be in the same court level as Julia Vandelt? Because that's what's happening. It's mad. So, freebie, right? So when it comes to the genealogy and the DNA, like, we're going to wait because Ron, I'm too stressed and tired to try and pretend like I could regurgitate the information. But the individual who I spoke to today, awesome. Okay? Super excited. Really, really cool individual. Now, how can we all just sit here and ask ourselves, what if this was my daughter? Obviously, none of our daughters would end up in this situation, because even if we knew, even if you're the mum and you vividly remember the birth, okay? At this point, way before this, you would have been like, for my daughter's mental health, I'm going to show her that she doesn't have to worry. She's loved. She is who we say she is. It would be a bit crazy, though, if we remind ourselves that there's two families in this, and there's two ways of proving if someone is or isn't who she says she is. And I don't mean Julia saying who she is. I mean Julia's mother saying who she is. And it is an exciting and fascinating future. And I know you're listening. Certain individuals out there with your Facebook groups, you are facilitating this charade. Give it up. Step up for your own bloodline, for your own... What you've been saying is your family, right? Because I'm telling you, man, there is nothing in this that makes sense until you start getting what traditionally people would say is fucking tinfoil hatty as fuck. Because I'm telling you, it would almost be much easier if a family had fooled the world, blah, 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 and it turns out, I don't know. Put in whatever reason you want for her being alive, okay? And then them covering it up, and them being caught out 20 years later. That's the simplest outcome. That's the simplest outcome. Because everything else that is getting more and more to the surface is not only incredibly in the realms of a dangerous world, it would just be a lot easier, because the reality of the bigger picture of this puts theories of mine into play. Let me ask you this. You're a, as I refer to it, peasant level, top tier, creepy pedo PDF person, right? And when I say peasant level, that's the level that we can see, the peasants, right? And at the top level, you've got people who want to prove to the next level, okay, which is the political world that's maybe a little bit more sealed off to us, right? What if there was a world, okay, where we've reached a technology where people can buy their way into these things if they'd managed to perfect having twins? Now, stay with me. Let's imagine who is going to be my little Callan. Cinderella. Okay, no, your thing's retracted. Let's pick somebody else. Emerald Queen. Okay, for the sakes of this theatrical display, we're going to pick on poor Emerald Queen. So imagine Emerald Queen. In fact, no, we're not going to pick on someone in the side chat. Imagine Stevie. Imagine Alice. Okay. Alice, she's mad, right? And her husband and her are on the outer echelons and want to get into that next level of elitism, okay? And Alison's like, So I heard about this thing. I heard about this thing where they can make us have identical twins, right? They can make us have twins, and all we've got to do is tell everyone that we're having one baby, right? And then we go into a private hospital, and they come through and they hand us one baby, and we don't ask any questions, and the other one goes off, and we can, we get a step up in society. Because that woman's only going to tell everyone that she's having a baby, right? And if everyone in your life is expecting you to come home with one baby and you do, who's fucking asking any questions? And wouldn't it be good if you could do all this in a way that is masked as a way of giving people the ability to have a baby who can't have a baby? So your research is seen as heroic. What would that be called? What would that be called? I think you all know. Because in that scenario, we could be looking at a very, very dark story that plays out. Because none of this is simple. We need a reminder. Okay, we're going to have another night on here where we talk a little bit about birth mothers and lore and hobbies and what some people, in fact, no, I don't know if I can. You might be off the hook for now. Now that I think about it, you might be off the hook for now. Because I'm a loyal friend. So let's change the narrative. Let's change the narrative for a second. 1 second. Oh yeah, did you spot the human rights? Right to liberty and security, right to a fair trial, right to respect for private and right to respect for private and family life. Okay. What about the papers like declaring you a lunatic? What about the slander of your name as soon as a break in Julia's case comes to light with the Daily Mail reporting on this DNA result? Okay, and then what happened? Let's go down the fucking garden path, okay? Because Julia gets a motherfucking win. And then history repeats itself. With snakes in the grass. And somebody out there knows whose idea and how this whole trip took place. But she should never have left. This was a setup. I'm telling you now, Ron is heavily invested in the fucking conspiracy of this. Because it don't make sense without a little bit of tinfoil hat on your fucking head. I wish it did. I wish it did, population of the planet. But it don't. Okay, let's go down the love child road, wit's end. Somebody's unwanted child. Okay? If you were somebody who had a bunch of love children, or you'd put a child up for adoption, but you just didn't talk about it because, you're a high society, you're going to tell that to the police, right? You're going to be like, oh, listen, guys, there's a couple of love kids running around that might pop up with my DNA. Okay. So, for me, it would be very disappointing for anyone to allow everything to go. Big shout out to Paula M. Just sending me some stuff there. How many people that took part in the upbringing that led to Julia's horrific ordeal and abuse? And how many people are in jail? How many times have we seen connections to larger syndicates quashed? And when you look at some of the lore around, we can do this, Ron can run this, okay? But when we talk about individuals with lore behind them, with connections to young individuals trafficked in Poland through child fucking clothes shops. All of it on both sides. None of it is free from stank. And I tell you what, after seeing what happened to Julia, talking to the certain family, we have to ask ourselves, why are we not asking the other family? They went into hiding for a while, right? Totally not suspicious that your daughter's arrested in another country and you go into hiding. Put a 1 in the side chat if your kid was arrested in a foreign country. Put 1 in the side chat if you would go to help your child, okay? Or put a 2 if you'd go into hiding. Do you know what I mean? Too many questions unanswered. Lynn, you don't... This is the PG-13 stuff Ron can talk about. This is the stuff that is okay to talk about. Do you know... Do you remember Joey in Friends when he found out about Monica and Chandler? I'm Joey in Friends when he's found out about Monica and Chandler. That's my life right now. Y'all remember that, right? Put a 3 in the side chat if you remember that fucking ordeal poor Joey went through, okay? So, denial of services, kept in pain, this growing oppressive sensation with other inmates who are bullying her. I tell you what, man, do you know how much of her book she sat and read to me the other day? Do you know how difficult it is to interrupt Julia Vandelt when she's on a chat and rant? But I'm so proud of what she's done, because there's people out there watching this right now that under situations that have taken place that I can't comment on would have not been in the situation that Julia is in for so long. And that's about all I can say. But she's a badass. And I don't think anyone expected her to dig in, grit her teeth, and know that this is going to be over when it's over. She has not wavered. For all the people out there that think she's a faker, right? Come on. She would have shit her pants and buckled by now if she wasn't heavily invested in what she believes is the journey for finding out who she is. And her entire blood lineage of adults should be ashamed of themselves. You really should. And that's from a parent. Parent to parent. You suck balls. Real fucking bad. And, yeah, she's an awesome lady. And I just want to see this over with. But the high courts, the big boy court, the big boy prison, a timeline of events and characters that enter and disappear. Whether it's me, whether it's Julia, whether it's the other assistants that are investigating, there has been moments where I've scratched my head and went, people have invested days and days into someone who's now vanished without a trace. And you have to ask yourself, how many... Hang on a second. Hang on. Someone's typing something to me just now. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. So, if you're of the mindset that there's nothing that anybody can do because we're up against a giant, whether it's the legal system or the individuals that are involved, I don't think you have any concept of how far Julia is willing to take this. And yeah, I don't know what that means either. So, yeah. Okay, so I've got some stuff typed out here from one of the awesome individuals involved in this. Okay, so a team of advocates and family geologists have got together after seeing Julia's profile through Ancestry and her genealogy. The genealogist there, hang on a second. The geologist, is it geologist? Is that not like rocks and shit? The genealogist, whatever the right one is, there is a, Jesus Christ. Oh, thank you, Julesy Bob. My G, this one's for you.
And his name is John C.
Thank you. So, let's read on. There is enough information within the shared DNA data on Ancestry to prove she is related to a famous family. I want to remind you, a team of advocates and family genealogists. This is people whose jobs this is. Just so you understand, this isn't like Colin from Reddit, okay? You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Colin, though, whoever that is. So, the shared match list is a list of ancestry users who have taken a DNA test, and they all relate to a person who has uploaded their DNA data to the Ancestry database. Each match will be related to the person. In this case, Julia. Julia will have approximately 10,000 to 20,000 matches. Of those matches, her close family members will share high numbers of centimorgans, CMS. For example, could you imagine if I didn't have the script right now? Like centimorgan. Oh, no, that's the wrong thing. Okay. Parents share approximately hang on a minute, let me turn this fucking music down. This is big. This is grown up shit. Okay. Parents share approximately 3,460 CMS of DNA, and that DNA is distributed across 28 segments. Full siblings share approximately 2,800 CMS of DNA. Half siblings typically share approximate 1,800 CMS of DNA. Close family matches will share various range of centimorgans, typically apply between 700 and 3,400, is considered a close family. Extended family matches will share roughly anything between 150 and 700 CMS. Distant family matches will share anything between 8 and 150. I work with matches anything above 20. Damn. Oh, there's loads. Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. So, cousins. Your cousin and you share either one grandparent or two. If you share two grandparents, they are your full cousin. So first cousins share one set of grandparents, second cousins share a set of great-grandparents, third cousins 2 pairs of great-grandparents, fourth cousin 3 sets of grandparents, and so on. I hope you're all paying attention to this, okay? Family historians rely on historical data to build family trees. The accuracy of a tree can be verified by working with shared match data. However, adoptees and people who are not aware of who a parent is often use DNA shared match data within Ancestry to build up trees to establish where they are from. This is painstaking work. However, there are hundreds of people utilizing Ancestry for this reason. All right, here we go. We're doing it, man. We're reading at a proper grown-up level. Okay, theoretically, hang on a second, have I missed a bit? Yes, I have. By clustering Julia's shared match data into 4 distinct groups, grandparents 1, 2, 3, and 4, within each of those groups, I cluster the matches that relate to each other, and I establish who their common mutual ancestor is. A CMA is a grandparent, a great-grandparent of 2, 3, 4, or 5, and so on. From CMA, the descendancy lines are worked down to determine who all the matches descend, the relationships to each other, and the relationships to Julia is determined. Now, I just want to point out, this is difficult to hear, right? Can you imagine if this was your job? Because somebody can't hear me. I'm sorry. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can. I'll just get closer to the microphone, I guess, but I need to just be careful how much further I put it up or we'll get feedback. Volume is fine. Okay, sweet. Thank you. All right, so theoretically, any male matching Julia with the name McCann, providing they were not adopted into the family, should have the direct line of McCann ancestry. If Julia has a male third cousin match within that family, it is likely they share a second great-grandparent with the name McCann. Jerry McCann comes from a line of male McCanns. He will have a grandparent, great-grandparent, two great-grandparents, and so on, all named McCann. If the male McCanns that all named McCann. If the male McCanns that match Julia descend the same McCanns that Jerry McCann does, this would indicate Julia is potentially a missing child, who you know the name of. Julia's DNA would be confirming that she shares the same common mutual ancestry as their matches do, and Jerry's historical data would be confirming the family connection. All the shared matches between the male McCann matches and Julia should be relating to the same McCann family Jerry comes from. I tell you what, how much of a plot twist would it be if it was a totally separate McCann family, right? I just want to say that would be the plot twist of the century. If Julia is the missing girl, she will have the same common mutual ancestors as Jerry and Kate McCann have. By working with Julia's shared matches, because I have already built a skeletal tree for the McCanns, her shared matches, CMAs, should be tying with the McCanns' Healy ancestor families. Because I believe that Julia is that missing girl, proving she is through her genealogy should be possible through the distant cousin matches, because they will all be descending the very same families that the McCanns do. It should become apparent within a short time if she does. If it doesn't descend from the same family that the McCanns do, then we can find out where it does basically match to. All right, so that's what we're trying to establish, okay? Well, no, I say we. That's what really incredibly dedicated individuals are doing, and I'm just reading out on the fucking internet for you people. Don't, please. There's a lot of people that deserve a lot of credit for a lot of things. They really do. So, wouldn't it be interesting, though, if you were listening? Because what if Julia's grandparents that her mum says are her grandparents turn out to not be her grandparents? What does that mean? I can't imagine there's going to be the same system of cover-up tinfoil hat shenanigans for the family across the pond. And my God, is the world dialed in for the evildoers that prey on the young folk. Dialed in, almost you could say, in a way they never have before. And I'm sick and tired. Heather, exactly. Why go into hiding? Why? Why indeed? Now, here's an interesting one. What would it mean if it turned out, sadly, the sniffer dogs were right? Okay? And you know what I mean by that. How could all of the body marks exist? Birthmarks, things that have been since you were born, right? Well, we talked about the twins, right? And we talked about the process of slapping everything in a petri dish and mixing it all up, slapping in some science. What if they're identical copies of each other in that process? And yeah, oh yeah, we're getting tinfoily. But if you're not fully, if you're not a little bit invested in the possibility of the tinfoil hat shenanigans, then I don't know what to say. Foxy, big shout out to you, mate. I've got your email. I'm going to be in touch because some people need dragged, Foxy. And I need you to know that I'm not going to stand for anyone pissing in your cornflakes. No fucking way. Especially when they don't have the balls to come and dish it out to that who spoke it. This guy. Fucking pussies. Pussies. Can we get a pic of Jerry close up, Rod? Hell yeah! Let Ron just get a working web page here. Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun. My spelling is fucked. All right. Yeah, nice one. My assistant is going to get me a better one. Thank you. Send me a bunch. I know the ones you're referring to. I just can't fucking find anything right now. My brain is broken. Let's go. So, also, I'm sorry about the music. Ron, it's a coping mechanism for me. Like, it helps me deal with stress, and not having silence helps me speak a bit better. Inside knowledge about Ron's brain. Oh, Foxy. Listen, man, you are welcome, but I'm very, very sorry that me mentioning your name caused you more problems. And that is what happens when a bully is called out and then they react as a bully. And I think that's important to talk about, because I'm not an easy target, you know? So I think I need to give these people an opportunity to say what they're saying about me behind my back to my face, and just see how they hold up under scrutiny. Do you know what I'm saying? In a non-threatening, meaning I'm talking about a live stream manner, just in case that sounded a bit like Sopranos. But yeah, it's Trev, if you're watching, suck your mum. Yes. All right. So I just want to say Friday night is going to be a very long day of streaming for me. I'm probably going to be asleep till 3 o'clock in the afternoon, then starting streaming at 4. Then we're ending all of the, you know, regular entertainment streams, informative, awesome podcast streams at 11 o'clock. And then we are unwinding on Friday. Okay. We are unwinding on Friday, 11 o'clock UK time. Okay, probably till 2-3 o'clock in the morning. We're going to be chatting and banging out absolute classic nostalgic bangers, and it's needed, man. It's needed. So make sure you come and join us. You're welcome to come and hang out. There will be like a conversational part of the show, and then when Ron's brain turns to liquid, we'll just belt out the bangers. That's the way we do it. Right, let me just see if Team Julia has sent me over these images. She has, because she's a fucking badass. Yes. You see? This is why I'm crap at my job and you're awesome. Okay? You know who you are. Oh, I'm drawing all over the picture. Oh no. Discard. Here we go. Yes. Alright, look at this. Definitely. In fact, I'm not even going to say anything. In fact, no, this is my channel. We can skip. So yeah, you tell me what you're seeing here, because I'm thinking, right, that this, and if we're totally not talking about anything to do with the case here, this is a bit damning. I mean, it's a bit mad. Like, it's a bit mad. Karen! I don't have a link. I don't have a, well, I do have a link, actually. I do have a link. But I don't know if I'm going to put the link out there. We'll see. We'll see, Karen. Message me on Facebook. Not me, fucking Facebook. Message me on WhatsApp. Because when people start demanding links from me, I get fucking scared. Okay? I've got traumas about people on the internet. You know what I mean? And I just can't understand the level of crazy of this whole case. Hang on, I need to stand up. So Ron's investing in a new desk for the first time in a few years. He's going to get a new one that raises up and down like the little white one, so I can put the full system on it. Because standing is good. Standing is good. Yeah, it's... The right eye is crazy. So what are we looking at here? Like, you got to understand. We can collectively agree, putting aside every single thing about this case, and looking at how the case has been handled. This is not right. This is not right. What is happening at all? Hang on a second. The wonderful man himself, Mr. Steeples, has messaged me. I'm just telling him I'm live. So big shout out Matthew Steeples, legend. So how is this going on so long? What is being hidden? What is being hidden? And this is your trying to shine side chat. What's being hidden? What's going on? Come on. I want to hear it all. No holds barred. Go as far-fetched as you want. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. Julia's crazy. I want to hear it. Tell me, because I want to read through them. So let's do this. You got 2 minutes. Let's go. 90 seconds. If you don't have anything to say, go for a piss. Also, I'm being fucking serious. I'm actually going for a piss. So I want to see the stories. Put like 3 exclamation points before you type it so that I can find it, and I want to read through them. I want to hear what you think. What now? What you got to say now, haters? Like, seriously, look at that. Just take that in. Thank you to my awesome assistant. Not my awesome assistant, trust me. This is all about Julia. But you are a legend. Just take it in, people. I'll wait. Okay, let me see what you've got to say. All right, so... where did it all kind of start? About here? Trevor needs help from a doctor in a hospital because he doesn't know what he's saying or doing. Nah, he does exactly what he's doing. He doesn't get any fucking sympathy. The guy's a fucking tool. Do you know what I'm saying? In fact, he can get one of these.
I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
All right, so... I'm going through your stuff here. Just give me a second. Absolutely, Julia. Her whole story is so upsetting. She needs to get out. Yep. Yeah, Ron. All a bit freaky and weird with Julia. Get loads to ask, but don't want to cause trouble. Nah, ask. Ask away, mate. Here's the thing. I don't care if you're for or against the Julia story. I'm here to answer anything. You're not going to get shunned or oppressed. There's nothing. And you can ask a question that a dickhead would sound like a dickhead asking in a way that doesn't make you a dickhead. You see what I mean? Good. Hope that's what you meant. He definitely looks like the McCanns when I see the photo like that. Okay. Devil's advocate. If you stare at the picture long enough, you see a resemblance, but the whole thing is very suspicious. I believe she's a sibling. Interesting. The part of the club firstborn gets inverted or taken. The tapas group regularly play with younglings, in my opinion. True. Foxy! I've just checked when Ron is next live, and his next live is expected on 7 p.m. UK time. I'm live streaming tomorrow at 8 p.m., so I will try and... Yes, Foxy, that is tomorrow night on the Sean Atwood channel. We have got a royal mess, and I would love for you to come and join us. We don't have to talk about any of the drama as a united front, talking about the relationship between Prince Andrew, the Epsteins, and how there seems to be repeating patterns within Jimmy Savile and certain painters that are attached to these royals, and it all paints, again, another data line that's fucked. Also, I don't swear on the Sean Atwood channel, so I won't disgrace your incredible dialect, my G. Right, so they've never thought their daughter would even figure it out, but she did. Right? Helena. This is the story that human traffickers are going to tell. She's going to be the boogeyman of the human traffickers. You understand that, right? Like 100 years from now, there's going to be some mad, like, Venezuelan dude sitting in a fucking hut being like, did you hear the story about Julia Vandelt? She's going to be the fucking boogeyman. The boogeyman. And then when Julia lives a long life and passes over herself, she is going to haunt the fuck out of these people that do this. Like, there is, I just want you all to imagine the Michael Bay budget movie, right, of Julia haunting fucking people traffickers. Julia Kruger style. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Why is there no fucking music? Fucking fired, mate. Like, just imagine it. Just imagine it. Hang on. Need to investigate how this links with the Great Reset and what the family professional connection is. Dude, there is so much out there. Like, there really is. I think what I'm going to do is next week launch a whole new section on Discord that compiles everything. I mean, I say I'm going to do it. There's going to be a whole bunch of people sending links to dedicated mods that are probably going to be doing it. But has to be done. What is this? That's an interesting one. I've just been saying this is I've never seen this one. Interesting. Now, what we've got to remember as well is what you're staring at here is a semi-illusion, okay? Because obviously you're looking at a head that is way, way, way smaller, okay? If you're ever going to be doing this, you want to line up the size of this eye with this eye, because these eyes are born this size. They do not grow. So these are a good point for looking at how to scale a child against their potential older self, is by using the eye, because it ain't gonna fucking change. But that's a good one. It's a good one. I mean, for me, and this isn't criticism, but from a putting up an image together point of view, this isn't how I would do it, if you see what I mean. I would have a way more of a long, drawn-out, annoying way of presenting this, but this works. This works fine, too. All right, so... Oh, yeah, that's... I mean, it just doesn't... It doesn't get any better, right? Sorry, all of the people that are watching this that are fucking proper part of the problem, right? It just doesn't get any better. Like... It's just so much. Can you please put the picture up of Julia with the same hairstyle as Maddie, please? It's a very good one. What the fuck are you talking about, mate? If you can get that to me somehow, I will. Unless I've already shown it, and in that case, I will. Do you just mean like... No, you probably don't mean that. No, you probably... Nah, listen. Sorry. It's like... Is it this one? Probably not. It's like telling me you're in the woods and by the tree. I'm not trying to be insulting, okay? I have to prompt the live stream in a minute because my live stream is due to be happening. Another friend of mine is due to be live streaming. Thank you, Ron and friends. Foxy, you're our fucking G. This one's for you, my guy.
And his name is John C.
But I'll get in touch with you for tomorrow, mate. Oh yes. Let's just elevate the banger. So again, my live streams aren't about sitting here trying to convince you that this girl looks like these fucking people. right? That's not what I'm here to do. And luckily we covered the genealogy. We've covered the hypocrisy of not being asked about DNA. Legal team allegedly not corresponding, even though there's been correspondence that we've shown. Human rights that you could say are being violated by keeping this girl in pain. 6 or 7 other things that I can't fucking talk about, but trust me, they're fucking there. Oh, man. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating that history is not on our fucking side with this. At all. The elites and these monsters. What the fuck do you think we are and Julia is to them? Fucking ants. How can I send it to you, Ron? Don't know, mate. You could... I don't know. I'm not going to lie. Ron's brain's not prepared for this. Hang on a second. Okay. So... genetic observations. Hairline. The way our hair falls is determined by our genes. Both subjects have the same hairline, and the hair is naturally falling the same way. I just want to say to all the haters out there who are going to play this back and being like, oh, this is Ron's hard-hitting evidence. No, I'm just going over stuff that's being sent to me, you fucking gimp, right? Color of hair is the baseline, is a baseline blonde. When the photo is turned upside down, the feature shapes match, allowing for expected development. Okay. Gaze. Madeline and Julia share the same gaze. This baseline okay, look, these things are also all true. And see if that's all there was, I would be like, okay. Those are like the sprinkles on top of the sundae that is just a pile of fishiness in this case. It goes on and on and on. It doesn't ever relent. It doesn't ever give up. It doesn't ever give up. And okay, photo of the hairline. Okay, 1 second. I'm just going to use this one because links and that. And again, I'm not sitting here telling you that this is true. There's some people that I'm working with that think this is true. I don't know if this is true. If this is who she is. But I know she's about as damn close to it as anyone's ever going to goddamn well get. And the easier fucking story is that she is. Because then it's just a fucking set of parents that have got to answer for shit. 2 sets of parents. But if she's not, and she's some fucking mad relative, what does that mean? Like, what does it mean? Because no one's going to admit shit. Okay? 20 fucking million. The fucking high courts. 6 months in fucking jail. Dude. Crazy. So, wait a second, let me tell you some Julia lore. Julia was in the UK in December or January, I forget which one. And the first thing she done was go to the police station and ask if there was any reason for her to be arrested. They said no. Then in February, she's in the UK. As soon as she lands, she's arrested on site. It's so far-fetched. Louise, I agree. I fully agree. It's so far-fetched. It's borderline fucking ridiculous, Louise. It's borderline if this was a Netflix series, you'd get 2 episodes in and go, nah, come on. But we're in it. We're watching it. We're watching it. Do you see what I mean? It's like all of the episodes of the live shows we've done, her pouring her heart out about our medical history, about our abuse, about our memories. It's almost like that level of horrific trauma is less interesting than if she's a fucking missing girl. Think about that. Because that's what it comes down to. Systematic medical drugging of a young girl who suffered extreme abuse by the hands of multiple people, with one individual sent to fucking slaughter. Does it sound fucking familiar? Does it? Ron's getting a bit fucking riled up. Suck your mum, Trevor. I'm getting a bit riled up. That's okay though. I'm here for it. Okay, upside down picture. I don't know why it's upside down. I explained it earlier. Right, we're getting the fucking shots out. Cause coping mechanism. All right. You fucking calm down. Who the fuck is telling me to calm down? Listen, you're not my dad, okay? Okay? And even if you were, this is my house and it's my fucking rules, Dad. You're way past it, mate. You, like, trust me. Nah. So, what do you guys think of this? And I just want you to all, I need you all to promise me that you trust me, that when I can tell you about all the things that I can't tell you about, and then we tie all the things that I've just told you about into all of this, you will see the bigger picture of, like, 2 levels of chaos that is being dealt out here. 1 level of chaos to a normal criminal, and this level of chaos to a girl that seems to be enthralled in a conspiracy that started out for answers and now is about freedom. High courts? Fucking high courts? The fuck out of here. Lexi, you're a new member. What do you think about this? How does this sit with you? I'm not asking you if you think this girl is a different girl. I'm asking you, from the details of this case, what do you feel in your bones about the honesty of her legal journey? What's happened to her? Jesus. That is a fucking fever dream demon face right there. Those 2 faces. Like, that is... Someone's going to wake up after a psychedelic evening and that's going to be peering out the fucking darkness at them. Jerry.
How do you sleep at night, Jerry? Do the demons remind you of your sins? Do you get visited by the ghosts of the past? We're watching you, Jerry, from the pits of hell.
Bing, 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 da bonk. All right. Rebecca, like I say, if you know the Friends reference I'm talking about, when Chandler and Monica were sleeping together and Joey finds out and he can't tell anyone, that is my life right now. Like, that is my life right now. Because and it's not even just one fucking thing. It's things I can't talk about from the support team. It's things I can't talk about from fucking Julia. And I'm just sitting here with all you guys going, tell us, and I'm like, canny. But luckily, I'm an impenetrable fortress. So you just have to wait. And listen, it's nice to... It's not nice to wait when things... You're talking like... Don't talk to them like you're fucking children. You're teaching them a lesson about fucking waiting and patience. But you know what I'm saying. Tracy, welcome. Whoa. Nah. That text, I did not know that. That is not cool. Ron, have some cigarettes or vape. You need them. Julia should not be... Listen, we are way past the cigarettes and vapes doing anything. Also, I don't vape for nicotine. Like, I just keep it simple. Non-additive tobacco, that's where I get my nicotine from. As a filthy, dirty nicotine addict, that's how I get my nicotine. vaping's all right if you buy like 6 vapes a year. Okay, like whatever, you know what I mean? But man, you can honk your way through a vape. It is fucked. At least a 20 deck of cigarettes or a bag of tobacco, you're like, oh wow, I've smoked 60 fags today. Sorry, that's what we call cigarettes here in the UK. And like that's like 2 vapes or a whole vape. I think is, I don't know, popcorn lung, sure. Hang on a second, let me just hang on a second. Hang on. Da, 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 da. So, Julia, these markings that you're looking at, if you're saying, well, hey, no, I don't smoke fucking drum. Do I smoke fucking drum? Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my God. It's not fucking 2001 anymore, mate. Okay? Fucking drum. Okay, so no, I smoke Pueblo. It's completely dry. It's got no preservatives. It's got no bits of wood. It's just tobacco leaves fucking dried. I forgot about it. I used to smoke drum, man. The white drum. We all smoked the white fucking drum, mate. There's no fucking getting away from it. I used to bring back packets of that shit from duty free. Anyone was going anywhere, it was like, get me some drum. Drum fest. Drum fest. You know what I'm saying? Oh, until you realize that what you're smoking is fucking rancid, right? Smoking is bad enough. Cigarettes, tobacco is bad enough. It's already horrible. And yeah, so nah, man, there's no... Yeah, anyway, we've sort of side quested here a little bit. Whilst I roll a cigarette, in inverted commas. But nah, I mean... That's my only addiction is the fucking nicotine, man. And to be honest, it's weird assessing a nicotine habit because, like, if I was to go away camping and was stranded somewhere, like, I wouldn't even think about cigarettes because I know I don't have any access to them, if that makes sense. It's fucking weird. But, hey, you learn pretty quick that if you smoke, you get wads more breaks, and that's the way. Vaping's bad if you're a fucking honker. Like, if all you're going to do is honk on your vape. The woman sold the puppy, Paula. So the money that I saved up for the puppy's been put aside. Well, she either sold it or it was a scam. And then once she said she was holding the puppy, and then a few days later said she wanted a 50% deposit without me seeing the puppy, I was like, I'm just going to say, nah. I'll stick to the original plan. I made up some stuff about just paying bills, and I wish I'd known earlier. And then I got ghosted, mate. Ghosted. So, weirdly enough, I think I'm going to have to save up a little bit more money. Plus, as well, the puppy was £500 cheaper than any of the other puppies. You know what I mean? That were listed in the same breeds. So, luckily... Maybe I avoided something. Maybe it was totally legit. Who fucking knows? But I got ghosted. So, but I'm going to be honest with you. I think I'm going to save up and get a corgi. I've always had the mindset of a dog's got to pay its way and be of use of some description, and corgis fill that description from a alert dog point of view. Plus, I'm going to 3D print it some chainmail with spikes, and I can throw it at any fucking intruders. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Yeah, obviously a fucking liger, all right? But we're not living... It's not a fucking He-Man, all right? So, yeah. Plus, the spirit of Thor would love to live on in a tiny little dog that can just love life. Anyway, yeah, topic, Bailey, yeah. All right, so I just want to say... I'm going to do another 15 minutes on this stream, and then I'm going to put up another stream where we can chill out for a little bit and have a bit of a chat and relax, because Ron needs to vent. Ron needs to get some shit out of his chest. So, denied services, removed access to prison stuff, gym, art school, whatever. One's in the side chat for not only me, but everyone else on Julia's call list who've had to sit and listen to all of her books, all of her short stories, because that's what we do, okay? Okay, if we've got to sit for 45 minutes, okay, well, Julia reads out chapters of a book, that's what we're going to fucking do, okay? That's what we're going to do. That's a much healthier mindset, Heather. That, you're dialing in now. Thank you, Lexi. Thank you very much. This one's for you. Why don't I have... where's John Cena? I fucked up your John Cena. This one's for you.
And his name is John.
Oh no, I fucked it again.
And his name is
yes.
John.
All right. Ask me some fucking questions or some shit, man. I'm too scared to talk about anything else. So, denial of services, then the suspicious denial of a DNA and denial in that she'd been asked. All that shit. In fact, I'm not even going to do a recap because I'm scared I'm going to say something I shouldn't. So I'm going to get our live stream ready for you all just now. And then when this stream ends, we can all go and hang out over there if you don't mind. Because that would be quite nice. I'm just going to put it up as let's rant. Oh no, let's just. Okay, just bear with me. Well, if I have, let's listen to some music or some fucking shit. I don't fucking know. We'll be there soon, okay? I know it's a long journey, but we'll be there soon. Just calm down in the back of the car, all of you. Yes. Craig, Lil Rascal, my G, watching with his missus, Kelly. Big shout out to you guys. Just fucks off on holiday all the time. Rascal. What am I doing? Live stream. Bear with me. All right, thumbnail is up. I just need now. Shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ. Try to concentrate. It's like having a mad teenager, some of the decisions I make. Honestly, I'm like, how old are you? How old are you? And then I'm like, fucking, do you know what? You're not my dad. All right, next. Yeah, obviously. No, manual ads, you fucking psychos. Subscriber chat, yes. Public. And it's for when? It's for tonight, yes. At 11 o'clock. Yes. Dunzo Calrissian. Now let me set it up so you guys get pushed over. Come on. All right. All right, this is the... I'm sorry. I've clearly reached a stage of stress where the song is just making me want to hurt the song. Okay? So we're just going to let the song run free. Just going to go and do its thing. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And then we're going to... You're welcome, Bailey. Okay? Take a talent from your... Yep. Okay. Listen, you're going to start an argument with me on the internet, and they're funny because it's me arguing with myself. But I think I've put out the information I need to. I know it's not as mega as the information as some of you had hoped for, but I need you to understand how important these little moments are. Oh shit, yeah, there's a song that someone's written about fucking Julia. And before you all die of fucking cringe, right, there's like a mega story behind this. Okay, yeah, like telling me to play the song and not sending me everything when you're asking me to fucking play the song. Do I sound like I'm capable of looking for shit? Do I sound like I'm even capable of remembering any detail about the story and the hour-long conversation that we had about that song other than the fucking song exists? Because if you think that the answer is anything else other than Ron's a dumbass, then it's your fucking fault. I'm not gonna fucking lie. I'm not gonna lie. So we'll maybe do that next time, because clearly that's where my brain's at. I will see you all in. Fine, now we've still got. We'll talk some more pish. 5 more minutes of pish talking, and then we'll go live on the next live. I will get it now, my G. Honestly, do you know what's really? It's a shame. So many of the people that are helping me assume that I'm a normal person, that you just send all the information ahead of time and I'm going to have time to look at it all, but they're all slowly discovering that you just wait till the night of the live stream and send me stuff as I need it. Otherwise, we both look like idiots. All right? Okay. So yeah, we're going to play this song. Send me the fucking screenshot of the story that goes with it as well, please, if you don't mind. Awesome assistant. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So we have the song about Julia. Oh, shut the fuck up. Like, I'll be honest, this is proper sick talent. Right? Like, it's... I know when, traditionally, when people say, oh, someone's written a song about someone, you sort of die a little bit inside and are like, oh, God, this is going to be awful and I'm going to have to pretend I like this. But this is some realness. And I'm just waiting for the story that goes with it, if you don't mind, if that's okay. If you don't mind, and if that's okay, thank you. So, yeah, or catch Ron in the live and send a message about... yeah, Ron's really good at answering his DMs. Also, the new Star Trek's all right. Just saying. Strange New Worlds. Just saying. Pretty good. Not better than Star Wars before Randy has a ship fit. Yeah, you can't spell. Fucking been saying it for years, mate. Saying it for years.
And his name is John C.
Right, so hang on a bit. No, that's not how showbiz works. You have to anticipate my needs before I need them. Anticipate the needs. All right, so there's this song, Hannah Joy and Rob Yeo. There's 30 more seconds on the clock for getting the information about this. And then it's going to be cast to the nether realm. But we'll listen to the song, and then if the information turns up at the end, we'll educate ourselves. So enjoy this, and I will see you after.
Here comes a wave meant to wash me away, a tide that is taking me under, swallowing sand left with nothing to say, my voice drowned out in the thunder. But I won't cry, and I won't start to crumble. Whenever they try to shut me or cut me down, I won't be silenced. You can't keep me quiet. Won't tremble when you try it. All I know is I won't go speechless. Try to suffocate me. Don't you underestimate me. All I know is I won't go speechless. Written in stone, every rule, every word, centuries old and unbending. Stay in your place, better seen and not heard, but know that story is ending. 'Cause I cannot start to crumble. So come on and try to shut me or cut me down. I won't be silenced. You can't keep me quiet. Won't tremble when you try it. All I know is I won't go speechless. Speechless. Let the story
Honestly, just wait for me to overlay that into a fucking banger on Friday night, because those vocals are sick. Like, that was full-on Disney princess, like, epic vocal, epic song. We heard a story that we all know the meaning behind without any of it needing to be spelled out for us. And I think that's what makes this an epic song and an epic tribute to Julia, because it's not a pile of cheesy pish. So big shout out to Hannah Joy, Naomi Scott, Hannah Joy cover. Sick. And there's so much more to this story that sadly we're going to have to hear about in our day. Now, I'm going to end this stream on a little ditty, right? A little ditty. In fact, no. I'm going to start the next stream with a song, and you tell me if this isn't like the biggest UK fucking sounding throwback to the mid-noughty era that was the second coming of sort of Britpop, and it's fucking wild. So I'm going to play you guys out with Fuck All, and I'll see you in the next live. Love you guys.